Drop the bass.
All right, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The bell that lets you know that this shit is going down right now on the Average Kid Podcast. Today I got my man here, Armin. And if you are wondering, he is foreign. He's from Bosnia. So please let me introduce my good friend, Armin.
What's up, folks?
All right, Armin. So let everybody know where exactly you are from.
From Bosnia, formerly known as Yugoslavia, which there was made out of 4 countries. Which in 1992, a war started, basically because of a genocide that Serbia committed, and basically split up to 4 countries: Bosnia, Albania, Serbia, and Croatia. And it's next to Italy. Very, very small country, nothing huge,
I know about from where we live at in Bowling Green. I know that there is a lot of Bosnians in this area. A bunch of people say that this was like a place for you all to move to, like specifically. Like, what was that all about?
Well, basically, like a lot of people's family members moved here, which made many other Bosnians wanted to start moving here, shall I say. And basically that's the real reason why we're here. It's known as Little Bosnia, which is
Which honestly blows my fucking mind because, for one, it's Bowling Green, Kentucky. Like, you all couldn't pick a different fucking city. Like I'm saying, like San Francisco or Chicago or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I feel you. I mean, before I came to Bowling Green, I was actually supposed to be in San Diego. So
Damn, you got fucked.
basically, but it's cool. I mean, Kentucky's farmland, which is back where I'm from. That's all Bosnians do is plant gardens and live off like Kentuckians. So
Okay. I heard from a bunch of people that go back there for I guess vacations or go back to see certain family members that it's is it really hilly? Like, it's got a lot of hills.
oh yeah, man, it's a beautiful country, even though it's little.
Yeah.
Very hilly, a lot of walking. People don't really drive that much.
Have you been back there since that you can recall, not saying whenever you was little, but something recent.
Yeah, I went back in '07
How'd
and
how'd that
visited
go?
family while
How old were you when you went back there?
oh, I want to say maybe 10.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something like that. 10.
Okay. And I know that Bosnia is not well known, but around here, I notice a lot of Bosnians, um, they sit around or don't sit around. What the hell am I trying to say? That main thing is you all are really big into soccer, and most foreign European countries are, and you're saying that it's such a small place. Like, how do you all afford a national team?
Well, actually, when we first separated from Yugoslavia, we couldn't afford it, and we had to borrow cleats, jerseys, and shin guards from other countries for us to actually get the national team started. And I guess in Bosnia, there isn't really much to do. Basically, all people are poor, very in poverty. I mean, some have money, but others don't. And I guess when we went to Brazil, that's when it really made everybody forget about the poverty, not having money or food, I guess, to eat every night, and it just brought everybody together and made us real happy.
So what do you mean you all went to Brazil?
As in the World Cup.
Okay.
When it was in Brazil.
Okay, I feel you.
Yeah.
You didn't really mention that.
My bad. I'm sorry.
No, so that's just a little history on my boy Armin. Me and him met, like my buddy George I had on the last podcast. Me and him met at Mickey D's, working, slaving every day, trying to earn that extra nickel.
Oh man, he ain't lying.
I mean, the place, there's like I said in my last one, there's so many stories. We're not gonna get into it. Jesus Christ,
My bad.
dropping shit. Get it together. No, so yeah, we met up there, and honestly, from where I come from, Grayson County, it's very, very tiny county, and that's there isn't any foreign people there.
Mhm.
Like, it's mainly white people. And so whenever I moved up here and I saw, a mixture of Bosnians, like pretty much what you would expect whenever you go to a city that holds a college. So for Bowling Green, for them having Western Kentucky University, they have a bunch of diversities, and it really like opened my eyes. I was like, man, this is crazy. And then I started working at McDonald's, and I started talking to you and a couple other people that were there, and they were from foreign countries, and it was just it. I don't want to say weird because it wasn't weird. It was just like it was very odd how we clicked on a bunch of things. Like I'm a huge sports fanatic, and like me and you clicked right away talking about certain sports, like especially basketball.
Oh yeah, I'm a huge basketball fan. I mean, sports back home is all we had, so I mean, I have to click at something.
Mm-hmm. But so but you all play very very many different sports there except other than soccer?
Yeah, I mean, we play like basketball, handball, um, soccer. I don't think we started baseball yet, but I'm pretty sure we will. I mean, it's just catching up in time and having the money
Yeah.
to like build teams and get us noticed.
I feel you. So, going back to Bosnia, whenever you was 10 years old, did you like really understand then at the time that what was going on? Like you said, there was poverty, and then you came back to the U.S. and did you ever like realize how lucky that you were to be here and get to realize the realization you that you could have been over there, struggling like most of them are, like you said.
Yeah.
But other than that, you are over here in the States, where everybody calls it the free country because people come here to do better in their lives. That's why we have a really big problem with um, foreigners trying to get into the States illegally, and just trying to tell me what was your feelings upon that coming back to the States whenever from visiting Bosnia.
Well, man, tell you the truth, man, I'm blessed being able to live in America and have like opportunity at a good education, a job, and just basically like a new life coming here, like coming from a war to to a place that I know I'm safe and nothing will happen to me. But back at home, like they didn't really want you to notice that they didn't have money, so they would make
Yeah.
the best out of all situations.
I mean, most places do. Like just like if someone was to come into my home, me and my wife, we're not poor, but also we're not some of those people that you can sit there and we can just blow money whenever we want. Like we have to be on a set budget on when we can spend money and how much we can spend. So obviously everybody has those problems, but I get where you're coming from with Bosnians not wanting people to, would you say, like look down on them
Yeah,
because they don't have a good amount of money?
yeah. You don't like. It's not just Bosnians that don't want people to look down on them. I mean, we work hard for everything, which is everybody. Everybody works hard.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't work hard, you're just gonna be on like basically like homeless and not have a good opportunity to succeed in life.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like I said, education, um, a brand new opportunity, basically, man. Just living life, taking full advantage of every day, and striving for greatness.
I feel that. For sure, for sure. I mean, I couldn't imagine, I see all kinds of, like I said, I hear people talk about it and how, like you just said, like how difficult it is over there and the reasons why you all had to, come over to the U.S. and stuff like that. Um, and I'm not trying to say anything bad,
Yeah.
but I couldn't imagining not being able to do the things that, well, for one, getting run out of our homes, because isn't that pretty much what happened to Bosnians? Like,
Yeah.
they got, you all had a war, and then y'all got ran out of your all's homes, and you all had to pretty much try to make a new life for yourselves.
Yeah, man. Basically, the war was like a huge genocide, to be honest with you, just like Adolf Hitler did with the Jews. Basically, the Serbian leader did with us. Starved us, kicked us out, killed our people for no reason. It's just weird, like the stuff people would do for power
Yeah.
and money, if you ask me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty fucking crazy. And I hope that never fucking happens over here. But we're in a pretty crazy presidential race with
Oh man.
Donald Trump and all them.
Yeah, it's
What do
crazy.
you think about that with his remarks about foreign people?
I mean, that's his opinion on us. Foreign people aren't really bad. They're just people who need a new opportunity, coming from a bad lifestyle, want to make a good lifestyle for their children, make money, help their children get a good education. I mean, just because one like group of people decide to ruin like a name, like a religion, like ISIS is with like Muslims and
Yeah.
all that, doesn't mean that every single like Muslim you see is a terrorist, or every Christian you see is a bad person that likes to steal and all that. Just like with the blacks, or with African Americans, should I say, not blacks. They're basically like considered thugs and
Yeah, stereotype.
yeah, and that's not right to stereotype somebody because of one like group of people want to ruin like what you stand for.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie, for certain stereotypes for Bosnians, the only one that I really hear a lot is that you all drive really fucking nice cars like all the time. You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever people associate like Bosnians, they're like, I'm not saying all of you all do. Like, I understand that some people can't afford that shit, but
Yeah,
majority of like Bosnians that I've seen around town and shit like that, like they all got Beamers and shit like that.
work hard, play hard, huh? But
Okay.
you also got to understand, most of that stuff is bought, but most of it's also like on credit, just like everybody else, and they pay off. And with all the work they do,
That's a lot to be putting on a credit though.
I mean, yeah, true.
A damn car for real, like.
I mean, it is what it is. I mean, if they have the money to pay it off, they have good jobs. I mean, I'm all for it. Go ahead for it.
And coming to the States, like, did you was it hard to learn? Like, was you born in the United States?
No, I was born in Sarajevo, the
Okay.
capital of Bosnia.
Okay, so whenever you moved here, did you have to learn English, or like was already learning that whenever you was living there?
I wasn't learning it. I had to come down here, take multiple ESL classes, because learning a second language is fairly hard, no matter if you're young or old. And like once you get in the groove of it, like starting to learn English, like Spanish or any other language, I mean, it's basically just from there. It's go, 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 and everything you adapt to.
Okay, see, I'm gonna have to disagree with you because myself, I went to fucking college for two years, and my ass had to take Spanish 3 fucking times, and I didn't learn a damn thing. I failed every fucking time.
But what was the amount of work you put in to try to learn it, not just from class?
Bro, I'm telling you, like, first of all, I was pissed that I had to take it in the first place because I was told in high school.
I mean, I feel you.
I was pissed I had to take it in the first place because I was told in high school that like if I took it twice in high school that I didn't have to take it in college. Then I fucking turned right around and they're like, oh yeah, you gotta take this course in Spanish, and they put me in like the Spanish 2 class where like it was pretty much like
You better know what you're coming into, or
yeah,
you're
like,
failing
yeah,
automatically.
it was nonstop like Spanish, like you didn't talk English in that fucking class the whole fucking hour you was in there, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like looking around and all these people are having like Spanish conversations, and the only damn thing I know to fucking say is hola.
And you're still trying to learn it.
No, fuck that, man. I'm pissed about it for real. I failed the damn class 3 times. I'm done with it.
Yep.
But since we're on the topic right now, you're in college. You're going to Western Kentucky University, and are you still taking finals?
Finals begin next week for me. Got one every day except Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, like some of the finals, like they're easy. Like for the classes I have, because like I know what I'm studying because I'm very into it. And basically just comes off the mind, like knowing with like my training that I get now with the police department and all that.
Yeah.
It's just very easy to me.
So you're trying to become a police officer, is that correct?
Yeah, and I eventually move up to federal agent.
Okay, so you do realize that to become a cop, you don't have to have a degree.
I mean, yeah, you don't have to have a degree to become a cop, but what if you want to move up?
I feel that, but at the same time, I was in the same boat. Like, you knew this. Like, I was telling you and
Yeah.
some other friends that we know that I wanted to be a cop, and I went and took the test, the written test, which weeds out about, I would say, almost 80% of the people that take it, and I passed it the first time. Went through all the other stuff, and I never got I got a letter in the mail saying that they decided to go in a different direction, and I can go fuck myself. And, that may be because I didn't have any education into it, but at the same time, I felt like I didn't even get, like, a fair chance. And then, like, I was talking to a mutual friend of ours, and he told me that they had, the next time that they ran the test and stuff like that for all the people that were applying, they didn't even have the written test.
Yeah, they took that out because most people were starting to complain that the written test was too hard. And that's what got a federal agency. I forgot what it was, the name of the agency, but they came and basically,
They got sued, didn't they?
I mean, they didn't get sued. They what's it called? Did some like test on why people failed and like did experiments and all that. And I mean, we've passed everything. I mean, the test is easy. I mean, maybe they just didn't study, I guess.
Yeah.
Or bad people. Most people are like procrastinators and like are horrible at test taking, which I understand. And I guess the test, they just forgot everything like when they sat down and take it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like you said, the test was easy to pass, right?
I mean, it was the thing that made it hard for me the most was that the fact that, I mean, this is what I was wanting to do at the time. I wanted to become a cop, so like everything was like just laying on top of like this for that moment. If I wouldn't have passed it, I wouldn't have went any farther into the program. So that's like, it put a lot of stress on me because that was the biggest factor, I thought, because you sit there and you want to second guess yourself every freaking question because you're like, okay, if this isn't right, like I could be screwed. And granted, I only passed the damn thing by 2 points, but I still passed it.
Yeah.
I still like we started off with like 86 people or something like that and whenever we started the written test. After the written test, we came back for the physical test, and there was only like 24 of us.
Mm-hmm.
So it took out a lot of people. So I felt after seeing that, like I felt pretty good for just passing it with only about 2 points. But like I said before, even then I still didn't feel like that it was a fair trial because, for one, I didn't get to talk to anybody.
Uh-huh.
I took the written test, the physical test. Came in and after the physical test, we took another test. It was like math and reading skills and stuff like that. And never once sat down and talked to anybody. Like,
did you get your polygraph?
No, I didn't get called back for a polygraph.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't. And to come to find out, like a year later, they hired one person out of 86 to start with. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. It's just,
yeah, they just hired like 8 more, which only like 3 of them were like actual like Americans. The rest are minorities, as like African American, Hispanic, and
yeah, that's what I heard. That was like the big thing with the police in Bowling Green was that they didn't have enough minorities.
Yeah.
And that's why they got in trouble to begin with, was because their diversity was so shitty. And so that made another reason I was just like, man, I feel like didn't feel like I had a free trial. And there's a bunch of other stuff that I heard from certain people, but I'm not going to get into it because I don't want to throw anybody in the bus. Like, I wouldn't name drop anyways, but I don't know. It was just weird. But all I'll say is best of luck to you.
Appreciate it, man.
And I hope that it all goes well for you. Even though right now trying to be a cop is probably the worst thing that anybody would want to choose because everything that's happening in the news like every other day.
Yeah.
So you don't think about that?
I mean, I do, especially like my parents. They're basically like scared that something might happen to me. But in a small city like this, nothing like that's gonna happen. Let's admit it. Like,
Yeah.
who has like the balls to actually like come up to an officer and kill him?
I mean, there's a lot of crazy people out there.
I mean, that is true, but
crazy.
and some of those stuff's justified. To be honest with you, like if you like look back at the officer's cam, like an officer has like so many things that can be justified, and they have to be like very, very careful at what they do.
Yeah.
And if an officer like does something that off like the top of his head, he's been through training. Like they know how to respond in like quick, quick response. So
I mean, the main thing that we was taught, or not taught, but we was told whenever I was going through the procedure before we took the test, was that everything that we learn is decision based. Like that's all this job is.
Yep.
Is that you sit there and you have to make the right decision, or it's gonna fuck you in the long run.
yeah, it's gonna come back at you.
I don't know. Like I say, good luck to you. I hope it works out. Like I said, I wanted to do it, but
And you still can. Just say you didn't apply to multiple departments. If you apply like at another apartment, like let's say like a department, like let's say at Nashville or like Louisville, even back home in Grayson County, like Litchfield PD, like you might have gotten it there.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm gonna see how this whole podcasting thing works out. I kind of like this. I kind of like inviting people over and talking. Shooting the shit with people.
You can have that too on the side little piece.
I don't feel like that would be a good idea because they would probably be like, "Hey, you can't be talking about the shit you're talking about."
True.
And it would probably put a bad rap on people. But anyways, so
yeah, people get freaked out. Like if they don't like what you're doing, they'll get freaked out. And
that's just society, though.
Yeah.
If you don't fall in this in a certain line with this society, you're gonna hear something from somebody. It's a never ending fucking thing.
Yeah. Right on with you.
But we're not gonna get into a lecture about that shit. Any fucking spokespeople for that. But going back to the whole college thing, so you're taking finals.
Mm-hmm.
Just wanted to run a couple numbers to you. Just so, because I told you, I was like, you don't have to take college courses, but all that stuff, which is good that you're taking it because it gives you it gives people a higher perspective on, that you actually are interested in this and you know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah.
But, so you're going to WKU, Western Kentucky University, and the thing that really, the thing about me with college is, for one, it pretty much puts an automatic, I would say, burden or whatever you want to call it, because you want to go and further your education, and these schools are sitting here and literally just, destroying people's lives because they want a better education and better themselves in the world without a guarantee, without getting a fucking job.
Yeah.
Which is some bullshit to me. So that's why, this is why I'm trying to do this, even though I don't have any fucking schooling in any of this.
You seem to be doing a good job.
I mean,
so
hey, thanks, brother. I'm just striving to be great. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you, bro. I feel you.
But so, for 4 years in Western Kentucky University, I don't know if you know this, right now, your tuition would probably be close to about $36,000 for 4 years. You know,
for 4 years?
For 4. That's not including other expenses like groceries, gas.
That's crazy.
Stuff like that. Stuff on a daily basis. Plus other bills that you may come upon. If you want to move, if you get your own place, you got to pay rent and shit like that. That was the problem with me. That's why I dropped out.
Yeah.
Not trying to make any excuse for myself. I dropped out because I couldn't afford to live by myself, go to this school, and keep a full-time job while trying to maintain, a good grade point average while I was in college. Some people can do it. I was not one of them people. I'm not going to sit here and try to make excuses or try to make it sound like I feel bad for myself.
Yeah.
Because I don't. I feel like if there's something that I really want to do and I need education for it, I'll suck it up and I'll go do it. But at the same time, there's not really honestly anything I want to do to put myself in debt that much by that much money. And plus a 4-year degree these days, really isn't meaning a whole lot.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't guarantee you anything. It's basically the best man that they feel like it's best for the company
Yep.
or whatever you're trying to do. They're going to get the job, regardless if you have a 4-year degree or they have a 2-year degree or they don't even have a degree. If they feel like they can strive better than you, they're going to obviously give him or her the...
If you're trying to get into a position where you're walking into a place that already puts you at a disadvantage just because you may not know the people that run that place, unlike somebody else that they have, like, that are friends or family of friends, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
That whole spiel, that you're putting yourself in a terrible situation because you're trying to get this job, trying to pay off your debt, which may take who fucking knows, because the rate of tuition for WKU has went up the past
and
6 years, and it's still going up.
Yeah, I think it's going to go up 5%.
Yeah.
After this semester.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah.
You're basically getting a degree, going in debt, having to start a new job, which won't guarantee, like, that you'll have that job.
Yeah.
And they're basically like setting you up for success and failure.
Yeah. And the fact that once I don't know about you, but whenever I started college, I had to take courses that I had to, like, retake since I didn't do well in high school.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting here paying for these damn classes.
And don't even go towards your degree.
Yeah. So, like I said before, I'm taking Spanish. Why in the hell do I need to know Spanish? Not saying that it's not a good trait to have. Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's something that, you know, I feel like I could learn Spanish on my own time.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to be paying somebody to teach me Spanish. I can go get one of these damn CDs and listen to it every fucking morning.
Yeah, Rosetta Stone.
Yeah. And I could do that on my own. I can pay for that shit on my own one time.
Yeah.
I don't have to be paying $5,000, whatever, however much it is, to be going to school for 4 weeks or whatever the hell it is, for somebody to sit there and continue to tell me this shit. So that was another reason why, you know, I kind of decided not to go the college route after being there for 2 years, because I was just getting pissed over and over again because I was told, you know, the first year, like, hey, you take these classes, you can go take courses that matter. All right, cool. Do the first year. All right, well, second year comes around. All right, well, see, this come back and, you know, you got to take these courses now. And I'm like, this wasn't what I was told. You know, I was told I was going to be taking courses that actually mean a damn towards what I'm interested in. And so I took it the second semester, and then here comes the third semester, and it was like, all right, so, you know, you didn't do as well as you needed to. So next year you got to retake these courses again. And I was just fed up with it, man.
Yeah, I'm going to understand, yeah. I mean, it happens. And also, like, with WKU, if they would stop, like, building new buildings that are unnecessary, tuition wouldn't be high as it is.
Yeah.
Like, what's the point of having, like, 16 new buildings and plus you're getting budget cuts? Mm-hmm. So you're basically going down a couple million, but you still want to upgrade the campus. I mean, the campus is fine right now. I mean, if you don't want to be there, there's plenty more opportunities and plenty more colleges in 50 or 49 different states.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. That's unnecessary.
Yeah. Especially whenever you can go to a community college.
And it'd be a lot cheaper.
And pay probably more than half of what you're paying now.
Yeah.
Probably get the same exact fucking education.
Yep.
The reason why people choose to go to these bigger universities, because
the name,
basically, the campus, you know, the more opportunities that they would get.
You get the same opportunities anywhere you go.
But I feel like if you go to a campus and you're like I said, you're going around all these different diverse people and learning from all these different diversities, you tend to learn more than what you would learn from just a little bitty classroom at a technical college. Not saying a technical college is a bad thing.
Yeah.
Shit, I wish I would have done the technical college.
Yeah, I mean, it's a smart thing.
To save me some fucking money instead of putting myself in fucking debt.
Mm-hmm.
But I chose not to, and now I'm kicking myself in the butt for it. But, you know, that's all in the past. But like you said, you know, they don't need all these new buildings.
No, they really don't.
You know, somebody once told me my first year I was there, that was really close with the football team at WKU. Allegedly, I'm not saying that I know for a fact, so don't quote me, people. I'm saying allegedly that the football players, I don't know how they got it. I don't even know if this is like they're supposed to be doing this, but for Christmas, all the football players got like a $500 gift card to Best Buy, all of them.
Wow.
So, I mean, I don't know.
How can the football players get that but not their students?
Yeah.
Is what I want to know.
Yeah. They're athletes. They already got, the fact.
They're going to school for free.
Yeah, and I talked to a basketball player my first year, and he told me, he said, unless you get a full ride for basketball, you can't get any other kind of scholarship for basketball at Western unless it's a full ride.
Yeah.
So.
Even if you walk on, I mean, there's plenty of opportunities to earn a full ride.
But I'm saying, if WKU wants you to go to their school, they have to offer you a full ride. There's nothing less that they can't offer you a half ride. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There has to be a 4-year college degree that they are offering you.
And their education, like how much it costs for them to go, is coming out of our money, like our tax money.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was, but somebody else told me that on their bill or their tuition, it's because Western lets all your people think that Western lets all their students go to football games for free and basketball games for free.
Nah, they take all that out.
No, see,
sir.
They take it out in your tuition.
Mm-hmm.
If you look on your tuition in your fees, you will see that it's I don't know the exact name for it, but it's underneath something in there, and it's pretty high up there too. It's not cheap.
Yeah, I mean, just like they'll let you go to free for their inside Preston Center.
Yeah,
it's not free. Oh, but nothing at Western's free. Not even to breathe the air is free.
Yeah, for real.
You still have to pay,
which
is something I don't need Preston. I have a membership at BAC.
Yeah,
I like going to football games, but do I need to? No. I can watch them on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, don't charge me for stuff that I won't probably use. And if I do use it, I'll pay to get in.
Yeah.
It's not a big deal to pay
tickets ain't that,
expensive,
pricey.
yeah.
And I just thought about this too. You're paying all this money. When I was going, I don't think it was this much. It was probably maybe $1,000 less. But whenever I was going, if you my first year I lived on campus. During a certain amount of time of the year, like Christmas time or stuff like that, you got kicked out of your dorm room. You couldn't stay on campus during Christmas time because the only thing I can assume is that they want to save money because they don't want to heat and all that stuff, all those dorm rooms. Granted, yes, they did have some dorm rooms for kids that were from China and stuff like that.
Yeah, they had to pay a little extra. I think it's $150 a week.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's $150, but
the thing with those kids though, they can't go back to China.
Yeah.
Or wherever they're from, they can't they're students of abroad or whatever it is,
mm-hmm.
and they have to stay there. They don't have anywhere to go, so they have to stay on campus. But students like me and you that are in state.
Yeah.
They kick us out, make us leave. We can't stay in our dorm rooms, which is some bullshit to me because I'm paying all this money. Why can't I stay in my own fucking dorm room?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
one year.
Yeah, 1 year at Western, if you do a dorm room and everything, that's just $20,000 alone.
Yeah.
So.
And let me tell you, people.
Financial aid covers some.
Aren't that fucking nice?
That's what I've heard. Yeah, I've been in one. I mean, you don't really get enough space, and it's basically it's like a prison cell, to be honest with you.
Oh shit, spitting some real shit right now.
Yeah, it happens.
I mean, you don't get your own bathroom. You got to share a fucking bathroom. You get a tiny ass, no bigger than probably a studio apartment kitchen.
Yeah.
For everybody to share on that same floor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, man. It's just terrible.
And plus, once you go inside, the beds they give you, it's like sleeping on a mattress that you see on Scared Straight or something, man. It's just barely any cushion in it, and your back's gonna hurt. Then you're not gonna want to go to class because your back hurts.
It's like sleeping on a concrete slab.
Yeah, basically.
I don't know. I just thought I'd put a little retrospect for you, but I mean, don't listen to me. Like I said, I'm a fucking college dropout. What the fuck do I know?
Hey, there's plenty of college dropouts that turn successful.
Hey, that's what I'm hoping for. The Average Kid Podcast, people. Let's get this shit. All right.
Subscribe.
All right, my friend. Earlier in the podcast, we said something about, basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Me and you hit it off really good talking about basketball. And just so happened that the NBA playoffs are happening right now, my friend.
Yes, sir.
And
All in for the land.
you got to be kidding me. You're not a Cleveland fan. You're just a LeBron fan.
Hey, I support anywhere LeBron goes. Much respect to that dude. Youngest player to 15,000, 20,000, 25. And just recently, first game after they beat Atlanta, passed Michael Jordan for the most career. Well, not the most career, but he passed him on the NBA playoffs most win list. Even though he's taken plenty L's in his life in the finals.
But is he gonna win the trophy?
Yeah, I mean, look how he's performing now. Like, he has people that are healthy. Last year, he basically outplayed triple-double in the playoffs. Name one person that averaged a triple-double in the playoffs, Sean.
I mean, I would probably say Magic Johnson probably did it, and Larry Bird probably did it.
I wouldn't say Larry Bird. Michael Jordan and Michael Johnson, or not Johnson, but Magic Johnson, yeah, are the two closest people that
I'm
probably.
pretty sure Larry Bird was up there too. He was averaging probably over 8 rebounds and 6 assists.
But what LeBron averaged? He averaged 30 plus.
How many shots did he take?
10. He had to. Who else was taking shots, man? And didn't Deladova shut Curry down?
This is all I'm going to say. No, he didn't shut him down.
Yes, he did. For the first 3 games, he shut him down.
One game.
He shut him down for the
game.
first 3 games, Sean.
One game. Let me just say this. Put it on the record. No one man will ever beat a NBA team.
Yeah.
That is what LeBron has tried to do ever since he has left Miami, or even before he went to Miami. That's all he's trying to do with Cleveland. He's trying to be one man on a mission to bring that city a trophy.
And he's going to bring it this year.
Granted, he does have two all-star caliber players on his team, but guess what? Those two have never made it to the finals. They were in the finals last year.
Kyrie made it to the finals.
Kyrie made it
last year.
One game. He got hurt.
And he got hurt. And
Okay.
if that Boston player didn't injure Kevin Love, Cleveland would be up. Cleveland would have won that series.
All I'm saying is that it's a whole different ball game from playing in the actual playoffs when you're playing just Eastern Conference team.
Yeah.
To whenever you actually go over to the great side, the Western Conference, and you're playing teams like the Spurs.
I mean, yeah. Don't get me wrong. The Eastern Conference is the weakest of the two. But
yes, by far.
I mean, yeah, by far. Don't get me wrong. In the West, they have more star players. I feel
like LeBron though, if he was to start off or had went to the Western Conference and
it'd have been a different thing. It would have been different.
It would have been I'm saying it would have been good for him.
Yeah.
Because I honestly think he would have got more recognition. Yeah, granted, Michael Jordan played in Chicago his whole tenure in the NBA, but
he played for the Wizards too.
Okay, but they're still in the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to talk about. In the Eastern Conference, he played in the Eastern Conference his whole tenure in the NBA.
Yeah.
Granted, back then,
the Eastern Conference was the powerhouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had Detroit. They had
the Knicks, the Pacers,
the Celtics,
Miami.
Yeah. So it's not the same as it was back then.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about that.
But anyways, I'm pretty sure whenever I last looked, Cleveland was beating the shit out of Atlanta once again in Atlanta. I don't know for a fact how much they were winning by. But
yeah, man, 25-3 broke a playoff record.
I mean,
that Golden State put up after Cleveland broke it in the first time.
Yeah, so Cleveland's winning 119-108 with 30 seconds to go, which is a bummer because the Hawks seem to always do really well in the regular season and then get to the playoffs, do somewhat well there. And then they play the Cavs, and it's just like, oh, yeah, we forgot how to play basketball.
Yeah, the Cavs are like a bully in the East. Unless you have, star power, the Heat, I feel like the Heat and the Raptors will come close to, beating them. It'll probably be a 6 to 7 game series.
Well, I feel like the Yeah, the Raptors and the Heat, most definitely. The Raptors, I feel like, are they have the only thing with the Raptors is like
They've been choking in the playoffs. They
that-
should have took care of Indiana in 5 games.
Yeah.
Even though Paul George, much respect to him coming back from that broken leg and putting up an MVP performance.
Yeah.
Since he's been back.
Yeah, PG-13 is nasty.
Oh yeah.
But I'm saying, it's DeMar Carroll did really well against LeBron last year in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, they don't have anybody to stop LeBron. And with Miami, the only thing that I think is wrong with them is that I don't think they have enough firepower since Chris Bosh is out indefinitely, not coming back for the playoffs.
Yeah, I heard that.
Sucks. So, and they're really young. Like they got Justice Winslow, and they got him in the draft this year. And I just don't feel like that they have enough players to help carry the load for D Wade. So I feel like that if whoever they play, Miami or Toronto, Cleveland, whoever Cleveland plays, they're probably going to beat them.
I wouldn't say 4 games.
I would say 6.
Yeah, 6. I mean, don't get me wrong. D Wade, he's came up clutch last 2 series.
Hey, he wants to play LeBron.
Yeah, I mean,
Eastern Conference Finals.
especially like what he showed against I think it was the Hornets that they played the first round, coming back 3-2 down and winning that series like against the Purple Man in Charlotte. He put up one heck of a performance. And plus, Whiteside, that he's going to be a top player in the NBA, man, like top center.
He's got to get an offensive game.
He was snubbed in the All-Star voting. He should have been in the All-Star game.
I mean, the man needs to get an offensive game.
Okay, man. If he develops that offensive game, with the defense he has,
if any big man in the NBA would learn how to fucking shoot a 12-foot jump shot, they would be unstoppable in the fucking league.
If Dwight Howard didn't leave Orlando, this man would be the best center in the game today.
That's a very bold and terrible statement.
So you're telling me he didn't do good in Orlando? He basically...
No, what I'm telling you, whenever he was in Orlando...
Yeah, he was putting in work.
That's all Orlando had.
Yeah. They had Turkoglu. They had that one point guard, Jameer Nelson. Jameer Nelson wasn't the best point guard, but he knows how to feed Dwight Howard and make that team go.
Listen, I know how to feed Dwight Howard. I can throw the motherfucker up to the rim, and he's going to go get it. Yes. But...
Then why isn't he doing good in Houston?
Because, for one, he had that back surgery, and ever since he had that back surgery, he ain't been the same.
Mm-hmm.
And Houston, nobody wants to play defense on that
True.
team. So Dwight Howard's like, okay, I'm not going to be the only one to play fucking defense, so I'm not going to play defense now. I'm just going to try to get mine. That team's just selfish, in my opinion.
It's because of base god. Lil B put that good curse on James
I
Harden.
mean, it could be. I mean, that's the way it's looking. But shit. Yeah, so Cleveland probably will get to the finals easily unless... I think Miami's going to beat Toronto, even though I want Toronto to win. I think Miami's going to beat them when they're going to beat Cleveland. I think Miami has a chance. That series could go to 7, and I'm rooting for Miami, but I just don't see it happening.
Yeah. I mean, in the West, it's going to be tough. I know Golden State's, like, putting in work right now against the Trailblazers, even with Curry out. I thought with Curry out, I didn't think they were going to be a good team, man. I thought they were going to – Portland was going to
But that's the thing.
work
That's
them.
the thing you just said, like, team. Like, they are the best team in NBA.
Mm-hmm.
The Spurs are right there with them, yes. But
honestly, if the Spurs are healthy right now, right?
Yeah.
Honestly, with their like experience versus Golden State's like youth, I don't know, man. That's gonna be one heck of a matchup. That's a 7-game series. There's none of that 4-game.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a 7-game series.
Yeah. It's gonna be I'm a Warriors fan, but I'm really like just a Steph Curry fan.
Yeah.
And so if I do like that they announced today that, or it was yesterday, yesterday.
That he might have an opportunity to play in Game 3.
No, it was either yesterday or today that Steve Kerr announced that he's not playing in Game 3 because they are up 2-0, which makes fucking sense.
I wouldn't even play him this whole series because they're gonna win it in 4 games.
Unless some magical reason that Portland comes back and takes the lead 3-2.
I don't see that happening though. They're too young.
Yeah. And they don't have their bench is awful and they just don't have enough players to.
Hey, but creds to Damian Lillard, man.
I mean, he was pissed because he didn't get picked for the All-Stars.
Creds to him. One
pissed, man.
hell of a player.
He's pissed. But, yeah, so Warriors and Spurs are probably going to meet in the Western Conference Finals, and it could go either way. If Spurs end up winning, I'm not mad about it.
Oh, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't be.
Because they have the best coach in basketball.
Greg Popovich.
They got the best defensive player.
Kawhi Leonard.
And, I mean, they got the big three. Like, they've been to the finals and playoffs how many times? Like, shit.
Maybe I don't know if Tim Duncan's been in it like first couple of years, but ever since that, they've been a final/semifinal team.
And, I mean, what LaMarcus Aldridge is doing to the Thunder right now, putting up 41 and then 38.
Man,
Man's on a
unless
tear.
they put Kevin on him, there's no way they're gonna win this series. Is it 1-1 or is it 2-0?
Yeah, it's 1-1. Because of
You
that
see that one
that
thing?
crazy-
You see,
yeah,
the
the-
ending. Oh
the
my
crazy-ass
God,
fucking
man!
finish.
That I would
Blatant-
offensive foul,
A
man.
blatant foul.
Offensive
like, I don't
foul.
understand how that ref, apparently
He
was
was
obviously
right there.
looking right there.
Yes, he was.
Apparently.
They missed like 15. Like I heard it was 15 to 20 things in that last maybe 25 seconds.
Well,
that
here's
game.
the thing. What I think about it. Yeah, it should have been called. The Spurs should have got their free throws
Yeah.
because it was blatant in front of God and everybody.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, they ended the inbounding the ball. The Spurs still got the ball back,
Yeah.
and Ginobili drove the lane, kicked it out to Patty Mills. Patty Mills barely hit the fucking rim. And then they had another chance, and they didn't get the ball off in time. So at the same time, I'm just like, I mean,
Even with that, they had opportunities.
yeah.
You think Ginobili, with his history and hitting shots?
Yeah, I didn't understand
That
why
who that took
Ginobili.
in that.
I didn't understand why Ginobili didn't try to force a foul because obviously with all that chaos going on and you're taking the ball to the basket,
I mean, foul's gonna get
You
called.
tr-
Let's admit
you
it.
try to well,
Every play, like in NBA, can be considered a foul.
Yeah.
Basically, anything you do
well,
can be considered a
that's
foul.
another thing. It's like some refs tend to not call fouls in
Yeah.
those situations because it's so late in the game and they're just kind of trying to let the players decide the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It's just it was crazy and they play tonight, so hopefully
Oh, that's gonna be a good game, man.
Craig Popovich is he's gonna be fired up for this one.
Oh, I
because of
bet he is. That was some
Awful.
Yeah, it was awful officiating. Legit, you see what's his name, Waiters, push. I think it was Ginobili in front of him, right? And he just pushes him with one arm away from him. I'm not even a ref.
Yeah.
I could have seen that foul being called at any other game,
Yeah.
at any other point of time.
I don't know what the ref was thinking, for real.
Like
I feel like that.
this man have a college degree, bro.
I don't know. He needs to go get his fucking eyes checked. That's for damn sure. He needs to get. I don't know. He needs to get everything.
Yeah, refs are wild nowadays.
But I ain't mad about it. I mean, like I said, they had a chance to win and fucking blew it. So whatever.
I mean, it happens.
Yeah. That's why we love sports.
True. If the best team won every game, sports wouldn't be interesting.
Sure.
You gotta
I
have
mean-
that underdog, Sean. You
I mean,
gotta have the underdog.
Other than the Warriors winning 73 this year.
Yeah, first round of the playoffs were horrible.
Oh wow.
Actually, what series really went to 7 except Miami and Charlotte and the Raptors and the Pacers? Everybody was getting blown out. No one had an opportunity to win that.
Me and my buddy talked about this. I think on the first podcast. Yeah, it was just stupid. You never seen that. You never had saw that before in the past. Teams are just getting blown out.
Yeah, I mean, usually the first round goes up to maybe 5 to 6 games in average.
Yeah.
Before?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Cleveland didn't even break a sweat. It seemed like, and
I mean, they had the first game, and Cleveland just did not show out. I think they won by 2, man.
Yeah.
But then the next game, I think it was they won the next one by 17, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that. And then I guess they started clicking, man.
They're on the same page right now because I mean, shit, they hit fucking 25 threes the other night.
Yeah.
They're doing exactly what the Warriors are doing. They're playing small ball. And
Yeah.
They're figuring it out at the right time.
I mean, let's admit it. It's time for a championship in Cleveland, man. They've been disappointed by way too many teams.
I just don't see it happening. I don't see, regardless if they go up against the Warriors or the Spurs. I just don't see them.
But with the Warriors, 73 games, they win, right?
Yeah.
None of their players were really injured. First round of the playoffs, Steph gets injured.
Yeah.
Second round, Steph gets injured. Eventually, the injuries are gonna start catching up, man.
Well,
I know Steph sat out like most of, basically like every quarter. Not every quarter, but like
every
fourth quarter of like basically most of the games they played because they would be blowing people out.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, I don't really see.
I mean,
like,
I feel like that's with any team though. Like,
Yeah, I mean they're gonna sit their best player if they're up by like 15 or 12 in the fourth.
well, I'm talking about like injuries. Like injuries could hurt any kind of team if you think about it. Like whenever Duncan was out, and they played the Warriors to try to get that record for the most home wins. Or
Yeah.
43-0 at home wins, and Duncan wasn't playing.
It wasn't the same team.
It wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
They're not the same team when Tim Duncan's out on the floor. So, I think it's for both, and especially if LeBron's not on the floor for Cleveland.
Oh man, don't even give me. I don't even think they'd be like a fifth seed. They'd probably be like 6-7 if LeBron was injured for a whole year. I mean, they'd probably be like a 5 or like a 4, maybe a 4
I would say
with
5.
with Kyrie and Love, but without LeBron, I mean, let's imagine.
It kind of gives that team a get out of jail free card because it's like, all right, we got LeBron, we can give him the ball and he'll he'll put us in a good position.
Yeah, I mean, let's say I don't agree with like half the stuff he does like in the fourth quarter, but he's hit multiple shots to back it up and won multiple games to be considered one of the greatest players to ever play the game.
Yeah.
I mean, let's admit it. Who do you have like his first run in Cleveland before he left to Miami?
Ilgauskas.
Man, Sean, what the fuck did Ilgauskas average when he was in Cleveland, man? What, like fucking 3 points a fucking game and like 8 rebounds?
Listen, I'm telling you right now, he was better than that. I'm pretty sure he averaged like maybe 10 points.
Shit, barely.
He had Delonte West.
AKA his mom's lover. I'm cheesed.
Oh, shit. All right, so...
That was funny as fuck.
I don't know. So the playoffs are going on. Let us know what you think about our predictions. We think that it's going to be definitely Cleveland out of the East.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt. Who's going to beat Cleveland? The East is like the weakest.
Listen, I wouldn't put money on them, but
if Miami had Bosch, don't get me wrong, that would cause so much trouble to LeBron and the Cavs.
Yeah.
I mean, like
I don't know. I can't count out D Wade right now. I'm like,
I mean, I can't either. He's clutch.
I mean,
He's coming.
what did he do whenever Shaq was there? Went off that year.
True.
And I think he got another run in him.
I mean, he does. He's still like I don't know why people think he like basically like after this year he's gonna be
It's just
horrible.
because of his knees, man.
Yeah, I mean,
he's just old. Like
a lot of miles on those
but at
knees.
the same time, like he got an old body.
Yeah.
He breaking down.
Mm-hmm. But LeBron, I think he passed Kobe, and Kobe was like the top minutes played in the NBA. LeBron's passed him by a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm surprised. LeBron's been like
the
injury free.
Yeah, it's crazy.
His whole career.
He's never had a significant injury.
Other than maybe like probably his first year, couple of years in the NBA, maybe like a couple like ankles rolled and had to sit out.
He's a freak specimen.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know.
Knock on wood.
We're gonna get real quick. Wrap this up. My boy here still thinks that John Jones moving to UFC right now. John Jones is
Best pound for pound fighter, man. The man would like.
I did look on UFC, the website, and they do have him ranked number 1 pound for pound still. Which
Yeah.
I have no fucking clue why. Because
Dude, if he didn't like get his little like accident that he got into, his drunk driving, I guess that's what he was involved in, or
no,
that he got suspended.
He got suspended for doing cocaine in a hit and run.
Yeah, that's why I said an accident. I didn't know.
Okay.
I didn't know about the cocaine part.
I don't see how, because it was the biggest news out of UFC for the longest time. Because the man got caught with a shit ton of cocaine.
Fairly new to UFC. Well, not fairly. I've been watching for like a good year and a half now.
Okay, well, yeah, he got caught with cocaine. He did a hit and run, and yeah, he got suspended.
Yeah, and then he lost his belt, came back. What'd he do? Dominate, Sean. He dominated his opponent.
He did, but he looked like trash.
Okay, it's his
looked
first
terrible.
fight back, Sean.
He looked terrible against a guy that's not even coming close to up to his caliber.
I mean, yeah, true.
And he broke the dude's arm in the 4th round. I mean, come on.
And he still was fighting.
You gotta finish. You gotta finish him. I don't know. I get it because John Jones, like you said, came back from a year off or however fucking long, and he, every fighter has cage rust. They're gonna go through it where if they're out of the ring for so long, they're gonna be tentative to throw because they don't want to get caught or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. There could have been so many times during that fight that John Jones could have ended it, and he just didn't. Which
Sometimes
that's
you
why
gotta-
I sit here and say that Demetrius Johnson, Mighty Mouse, should be number 1 because he has dominated his division. Granted, it's not the same kind of caliber fighters that John Jones is facing, like Daniel Cormier, Anthony Johnson, all those big guys. But Demetrius Johnson takes what the guys are known for the most. Like, he fought Henry Cejudo.
Yeah.
He was a gold medalist wrestler, like the highest fucking ranking you can get in wrestling.
Yeah.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
Like, when you win a gold medal in wrestling, you are...
You're God, basically.
Yeah, you're pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
And he took care of business against Henry Cejudo while getting in Henry Cejudo's element. Henry Cejudo got on top of him. Mighty Mouse took him, kicked him off of him like a little bitch, like you do to a little kid whenever they're on top of you. And he kicked him off him and ended that fight in the 2nd round. Or no, it was the 1st round. He ended it in the 1st round.
That's impressive.
TKO.
I mean, but
How can you say after seeing that performance by John Jones that Demetrius Johnson is not the better fighter?
Oh.
Or not the better pound for pound fighter?
But you gotta. That's 2 different divisions that they're in.
Yes, I realize that, but Demetrius Johnson.
He's a good pound for pound in his.
Demetrius Johnson has never lost his belt. John Jones got his belt stripped from him. Granted, he never lost a fight.
Yeah, he never lost it.
Okay, but Demetrius Johnson, the only person he got beat by was Dominic Cruz, which is a weight class higher than him.
Mhm.
What he's a champion in.
That's just like McGregor moving up.
Yeah.
He lost to Diaz and
Okay,
lost
but
his belt.
That was just purposely for money. And if he was
So you're saying that it was basically Nate Diaz was destined to win that, like
no, I mean
politics in the UFC.
no. I'm saying that I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that the reason why they went for that fight was because McGregor wanted to fight, and he didn't want to wait for Aldo to have that rematch, and he wanted the big money fight, so they made a big money fight against Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz beat him.
McGregor had plenty of opportunities to end that match
He
too.
tried so many times, and he was landing nice shots.
Yeah, he was.
Nate Diaz, just all in all, is just a bad motherfucker.
Oh yeah.
And
You see that picture that came up again, like on IG of him, like how like huge he is,
yeah,
performance wise.
yeah.
Yeah, man, that's.
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's long. It's a long fucking conversation. In the end, John Jones, there's an argument for him to, yes, he could be the pound for pound champion or number 1, whatever. But Demetrius Johnson, rightfully owned, deserves that. But, whatever, my friend.
I still think he's a pound for pound best
Well, you
fighter.
can think that, but you're just going to be wrong.
I mean, he's just not pound for pound. Like he has multiple. I mean, he is pound for pound, but like it's not just his like hands. Like his feet do magic, man. Like with his kicks, like he knows how to take advantage of like your weakness I was watching one of his matches. This was a while back when he was facing that Australian. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. I think it was something Alexander.
Alexander Gustafsson.
Yeah, and he was working him, man. I mean, granted, Alexander was working him too a little bit. He should have ended the match like.
I mean,
They shouldn't have went as long as it
prior
did, but
to before his latest fight. Gustafsson was the only person people say in the actual UFC to give John Jones an actual fight.
oh, like he countered all of his takedowns.
Yeah.
Gustafsson had more takedowns and more blocks
Mhm.
than John Jones had that match.
I don't know. I haven't watched that fight in a very long time, but I'm gonna get this wrapped up real quick. I gotta go see Captain America: Civil War with my wife, so I just want to say thank you again, Armin, for coming on to the Average Kid podcast, my friend.
Oh, no problem, man. I will be back, man. I will be back.
Oh yeah, for sure. The summer's coming up. We got plenty of time to do this shit, but everybody, just let us know in the comments below what you think. You can find me at KingTotal21. Do you want to give a shout out to your Twitter name? Or
Yeah, you can follow me at ARMINMIROPIJA1. Sorry for the long last name. It's confusing to say. I know most people get it wrong, but you follow me on there and see
that's Twitter, everybody. But,
see the eyes daily.
But yes,
views.
everybody, this has been the Average Kid podcast. Hope everybody enjoys it. Let me hear your feedback on Twitter or on YouTube.
Subscribe, ladies and gentlemen. You won't regret it.
You're right. And hopefully I'll have some more podcasts coming up. Like I tweeted the other day, the reason why I haven't had very many podcasts up here lately is because most of my friends, they are going to school. They're trying to get done with finals, and summer's coming up. So hopefully we can get some more people in here and give you all a good show. But until next time, everybody stay classy. This has been the Average Kid podcast. See you.